Hi and welcome to the part 2 of file transfer protocol application. Okay, we'll start from the get file size today, so from the end. Okay, so first get this, and now create FTP web request size request equals FTP web request and here FTP web request create host plus this plus file size, file name, sorry, file name. Okay, now let's initialize it. So size request that credentials equals new network credential username and password. Size request method equals web request methods FTP get file size. Now size request use binary equals true. Now let's create response, FTP web response, name it server response equals FTP web response size request get response. And now FTP web response size equals FTP web response and here size request get response. Okay, now long size, no, actually we have the size, sorry, size equals response size content length. Okay, actually I don't know why I did. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to, let's create another void which will be upload file string local file and string remote file. And here FTP web request equals FTP web request create host plus this plus remote file. Now FTP request credentials equals new network credential username password. Actually, this needs to be in try loop. And already we'll create catch exception ex. Okay. Now FTP request use binary equals true. FTP request use passive equals true. And FTP keep alive, FTP request, of course, FTP request keep alive equals true. Okay, now FTP request that method equals FTP web. No, it was web method, web request methods. Web request methods FTP upload file. And now it was FileStream ftpStream equals, no, actually no, still it's not like that. FileStream. First we will create the FileStream of our local for our local file. So lfs equals new FileStream local file, file mode open. Now byte array buffer size equals new byte and local file stream which is LFS shortcut. We have shortcut LFS like this game, life for speed. Okay, it will be length. Now int byte sent equals LFS read buffer size plus, I'm sorry, we're talking not buffer size but byte buffer. Byte buffer. Oh, I see the error. So I was right at the beginning, but it can be actually the same because we have already byte buffer size assigned. So byte buffer. byte buffer 0 lfs.length. Okay. Now something is wrong. Yeah, it's long and it should be int. So here int. Now another try loop, and we'll create catch exception x, and here while byte sent is not equal to -1, then ftpStream write byte buffer byte buffer 0 and here it was byte sent. Of course it was byte sent. Let me see. No. And byte sent equals LFS read byte buffer 0 and as int LFS dot length. Yes, another comma. Byte buffer. Okay. And as in download, we need to close all of those requests and streams. So FTP response close, ftpStream close, and LFS close. LFS close and FTP request equals no. Okay. The next one will be public void rename string old name string new name and this is the end of part 2. See you in part 3.